Hey, it's me, Uncle Ricky, aka Derek Ransom, or Derek Ransom, aka Uncle Ricky. It just depends on how you know me. But I just watched that video on Facebook from the last Blackstone Town Council meeting, and I got a couple things to say. And I know a lot of people say, well, you don't live in Blackstone, so why should you have a voice? I have a voice because it's on social media. And that's why I know the town council hates social media, because they can't control who responds to their bullshit. Now, Mr. Mr. Taylor apologized for the statements he made, about a month ago concerning the thing at the end with the Sons of Confederate Veterans and calling everybody that responded on social media cowards. Okay. He made his apology, and alright, perhaps maybe he had no choice because of the title or office that he holds. He's a public elected representative. You can't say stuff like that. First of all, he would have been out of pocket and wrong anyway, because exercising your First Amendment rights, whether you do it in council chambers or on public media, has nothing to do with what's what and whatever. Now, also, I heard that, they were supposed to have this big, fact-finding meeting with the people of the end. That got canceled. And I'm not saying I'm surprised, because it just goes par for the course for people that just want to placate and move on to the next election. But this thing with the potential building of a playground, recreational park in Taylor Bottom, it seems obvious that the council doesn't want to do it, even though it is federal money, and even though it may help to turn around the attitude of the citizenry of Taylor Bottom. And I'm not saying that the attitude of the citizens of Taylor Bottom is bad, but it is obvious that good people in Taylor Bottom that try to, go to work, maintain their home, do the right thing, raise their kids, have no hope, because they are surrounded by an out of control crime rate. It's not out of control, it's just that enough effort has not been put into it, or the wrong effort has not been put into it to curb the crime rate. And I'm gonna be honest, that part of that is the citizens of Taylor Bottom. You maybe accept too much, or are too afraid to express yourself, or have lost all hope. But another part of it is the Blackstone Town Council, and not just particularly this town council, but the town council of Blackstone throughout the ages. Taylor Bottom has been, it's obvious, a predominantly black neighborhood throughout most of the 20th century, and definitely all of the 21st century. And for some reason, certain members in control on the town council have either refused to consider improvements in Taylor Bottom, or have found excuses not to put money into improvements in Taylor Bottom unless it was absolutely necessary and they were having pressure put upon them from outside organizations in the state and federal government. And that's a shame, because those people in Taylor Bottom, bad, good, or indifferent, are citizens of Blackstone, Virginia. They have a voice. They should have a voice. They should be heard. I'm not saying they should get everything they want, but a playground. Now, as far as excuses or reasons, because the town council should not be coming up with excuses. They should be coming up with valid, legitimate reasons. But these are some of the expressions that are being expressed on council and by town officials that are paid out of the tax money. And some of the tax money is generated by citizens of Taylor Bottom. But yet and still, the town council does not want to hear what they have to say. They turn a deaf ear. They are tone deaf. Now, Blackstone only has something like 33,402 people. And whether you want to admit it or not, town council, And even though your town council may kind of reflect it, but as far as the power structure of your town council, doesn't reflect shit. The majority of Blackstone inside the corporate limits of Blackstone, maybe due to white flight, I don't know, is black. You're 51% black. You are like 40. Wow. It's like 47% white, and the rest is either mixed race or other races. And those only, they only come together to add up 2% of the population. The majority of the residents of Blackstone are female. The majority of the employed people in Blackstone are white collar. It's kind of a disparaging, it's disparaging there. And blue collar work is disappearing. And maybe that's why the numbers in the population, no matter what color they are losing their voice. And the white collar side, even though it is, I don't want to say, if you go into other areas, not the majority, but maybe that's why they have the power, because it's all about the money. I don't know. But the numbers are not adding up. This playground is federal money. Part of the reason that Blackstone gets this federal money is because of Fort Barfoot, formerly Fort Pickett. Another reason is because of the total number of people in Blackstone. Now, if it's coming down because of the total number of people in Blackstone and your town is 51% black, what is wrong with building a playground, maintaining a playground, providing security for a playground in a black neighborhood? Oh, it's a crime. There's crime everywhere. Don't try to use that as the, final thing. If you put it there, you got an excuse to be there. The people in that neighborhood will begin to have hope that we're not, maybe economically we trapped here, but we don't have to live like less than, because these are the conditions, these are the things that we have to deal with. The people in Taylor Bottom, you got to start standing up for yourself. Not only against town council, but you got to start demanding and speaking up against the shit that's disrupting your neighborhood and becoming a danger to your kids and children. Now, once again, Mr. Taylor said that he didn't see any kids in Taylor Bottom. I don't see how that's possible. I don't see how, if it's a residential neighborhood, unless it's in an area where, it's predominantly old, retired people, and even then you might see grandkids and great-grandkids. Don't tell me you don't see any children. It would have been smarter to say, well, maybe there's not enough children, or we could put it somewhere else where more children would benefit. No, what you're saying, Mr. Taylor, is that you maybe personally don't want those children to benefit, or you may be saying it because you know that's what your cronies on council want. It has nothing to do with what the residents want and need. But moving right along, he just said another dumb thing that perhaps maybe he might have to apologize for. But you know what? You should be tired of him apologizing, and maybe next election, stop giving him the opportunity to have to apologize. Now, the town manager, he was saying that if we put a playground into Taylor Bottom, basically all they're gonna do is tear it up. So why waste the money? Well, first of all, I don't know who died and made you Swami. You got your little crystal ball, you can see into the future. And I'm not saying that you, given the history, the crime rate in Taylor Bottom, that might be probable. It could even be possible. but it could also be probable and possible anywhere else that you put that, regardless of what the ethnicity of the neighborhood is. Today in 2023, anytime you put a facility out in public, it requires protection. It requires an extra amount of protection because people, for some reason, because maybe a decline in our culture, maybe because of decline in social values, certain people, certain elements of the community, every community, any community, have no respect for public property. And speaking of no respect for public property, and I'm going to end this video after I say this, your town manager has no respect for public property. This guy did a whole town council meeting with his feet propped up on the furniture of the town council chamber that the taxpayers' money, that has no racial, limits. That's not defined by race, that's just defined by who is legally responsible by being a resident of Blackstone. And if 51% of the town of Blackstone is black, it's kind of like maybe obvious that maybe not, it might not be the majority because you got to put economics and all of that into it, but a large percentage of the taxpayer money in Blackstone is paid by black people. But you white people should be even pissed because if some clown came into your living room and put his feet on your furniture, I don't think you would be accepting of that. So why should you be accepting it from an employee of the town of Blackstone? Well, that's it for me. I said enough for now. Y'all can meditate on it and whatever. But as always, Blackstone, Nottoway County, Crew, Burkeville, hey, good people, keep up the good fight. And that's for me. That's it until next time. Peace out and goodbye from Uncle Ricky.